Hello everyone, today we're diving into a topic that might surprise you: the potential downside of kindness. While kindness is generally considered a virtue, there's a dark side that we often overlook. So, buckle up as we explore 8 ways how kindness will ruin your life, with a touch of Stoicism to add depth to our journey. Our first stop on this roller coaster is the Martyr Complex. Constantly putting others before yourself can lead to burnout and resentment. The Stoics, like Seneca, would advise finding balance and understanding the value of self-care to maintain one's well-being. Imagine you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, constantly putting others first. This self-sacrificing behavior might lead to burnout, where you find yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally exhausted. Burnout can manifest in various forms: fatigue, irritability, stress, and it can affect your overall well-being. The Stoics, particularly Seneca, would have some sage advice for us in this situation. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of finding balance and understanding the value of self-care. Stoicism teaches us that constantly depleting ourselves for others doesn't lead to true virtue. Instead, it can hinder our ability to help others effectively. Think of it as a delicate balance scale. On one side, you have your altruistic tendencies, and on the other, your own well-being. The Stoic philosophy encourages us to maintain equilibrium, ensuring that while we extend kindness to others, we don't neglect our own needs. Consider someone who's always working overtime to meet the expectations of others, neglecting their own rest and personal time. Over time, this person may start to feel resentment, questioning if their efforts are truly appreciated. Seneca would likely advise them to reassess their priorities and establish boundaries to prevent burnout. Incorporating Stoic principles, such an individual might learn to say no when necessary, recognizing the importance of self-care. After all, a burnt-out and resentful individual isn't in the best position to offer genuine and sustainable kindness to others. Kindness can set the stage for unrealistic expectations. When you're always there for others, they might come to expect it as the norm. Drawing inspiration from Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius reminds us to manage our expectations and accept that not everyone will reciprocate our kindness. Consider someone who consistently goes out of their way to help friends, family, or colleagues. They provide a listening ear, lend a helping hand, and offer support whenever it's needed. While this is undoubtedly a wonderful trait, it can create a subtle shift in expectations. As you continue to exemplify kindness, others may come to expect it from you. The danger lies in these expectations becoming unrealistic and unmanageable. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism, particularly inspired by Marcus Aurelius, comes into play. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, encourages us to manage our expectations and accept the inherent unpredictability of human interactions. In the context of kindness, it means understanding that not everyone will reciprocate our gestures in the same way we anticipate. Let's say you have a friend who frequently turns to you for support and advice. You, being a kind and empathetic person, are always there to help. However, over time, your friend may start to expect that you'll always be available to solve their problems. They might unintentionally take your kindness for granted. Drawing inspiration from Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic approach would involve recognizing the limits of our control. While we can choose to be kind and supportive, we cannot control how others perceive or reciprocate our actions. The Stoic lesson here is to manage our own expectations and, when necessary, communicate healthy boundaries. Being kind can be emotionally draining, especially when dealing with difficult situations. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and detach ourselves from the emotions of others, maintaining our inner peace. Think about a situation where a friend or a loved one is going through a tough time. Naturally, your empathetic instincts kick in, and you want to provide emotional support. You listen, offer advice, and share in their emotional burdens. While this is an admirable act of kindness, it can come at a cost. Emotional exhaustion is a real consequence of consistently being there for others, especially during difficult times. The Stoic philosophy, rooted in principles like those of Epictetus, teaches us to focus on what we can control and detach ourselves from the emotions of others to maintain our own inner peace. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, believed in the power of controlling our reactions and maintaining emotional resilience. In the context of kindness, this means recognizing that while we can offer support, we cannot control the emotional outcomes or reactions of those we help. Imagine you have a friend going through a challenging period, and you're consistently there for them, offering a listening ear and empathetic guidance. However, as their struggles persist, you find yourself emotionally drained, perhaps even experiencing a sense of helplessness. Applying Stoic principles, particularly the idea of focusing on what you can control, you might step back and recognize that you cannot solve all of your friend's problems or dictate their emotional response. The Stoic approach involves providing support while maintaining emotional detachment to preserve your own well-being. Exploitation by others. Sometimes kindness can make you vulnerable to exploitation. The Stoic principle of wisdom urges us to be discerning in our actions, recognizing when kindness might be taken advantage of and learning to say no. Imagine you're someone who consistently goes out of their way to help friends, family, or colleagues. Your kindness knows no bounds, and you genuinely enjoy making a positive impact in people's lives. However, this open-hearted approach can sometimes expose you to the risk of exploitation. The Stoics, with their emphasis on wisdom, would advise being discerning in your actions. Wisdom, according to Stoic philosophy, involves making sound judgments and recognizing when your kindness might be taken advantage of. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, would likely remind us that being kind doesn't mean being naive. It's about applying wisdom and discernment to ensure that our actions align with our values without making us susceptible to exploitation. Consider a scenario where a friend consistently turns to you for financial help. You, being kind-hearted, have provided assistance on multiple occasions. However, there comes a point where you start to sense that your kindness is being exploited, and your friend may not be genuinely in need, but taking advantage of your generosity. Applying the Stoic principle of wisdom, you might take a step back and evaluate the situation. Recognizing the potential for exploitation, you learn to say no when necessary. This doesn't mean abandoning kindness, but rather setting healthy boundaries to protect yourself from being taken advantage of. In the Stoic mindset, saying no is not a rejection of kindness, but a declaration of self-respect and an acknowledgement of the importance of maintaining your own well-being. 5. Neglecting personal growth. Excessive kindness may lead to neglecting your own personal growth. Stoicism encourages continuous self-improvement and the pursuit of wisdom. It's crucial to find a balance between helping others and focusing on your own development. Kindness, when taken to extremes, can inadvertently enable bad behavior. Seneca's Stoic philosophy advises us to be firm in our principles, even if it means tough love, to guide others toward better choices. Overlooking boundaries. Kindness might lead to overlooking personal boundaries. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of defining and maintaining boundaries to protect our well-being. It's crucial to strike a balance between being kind and preserving our own space. Losing your voice. Lastly, excessive kindness may lead to losing your own voice. Stoicism teaches us to speak up when necessary, even if it means facing discomfort. Remember, kindness should never come at the expense of your own authenticity. While kindness is a beautiful trait, it's essential to embrace it with a mindful approach. Stoicism can serve as a guiding philosophy, reminding us to balance our kindness with wisdom, resilience, and self-preservation. Thanks for joining us on this insightful journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, stay kind and stay true to yourself.